What's up, friendly neighborhood nerds? If you want to hear interviews...
So, Brad, or excuse me, Merkman, if you were going down on someone and their privates tasted like Vegemite, would you keep going?
What?
That person should see a doctor.
I've eaten some bad ass in my life.
Tastes like Vegemite. Did it pay better or worse than Vegemite?
None as bad as Vegemite. I'll say that.
All I know, if that scenario actually happens, you are not going to be a coroner for much longer. You'll be fired. So.
Oh man! I thought I was taking it too high, and then woo! Nice. Awesome.
Wow!
That's what's up.
Wow! I was gonna say I missed you guys.
So comics and shit. Yeah. Man. So for everyone who's just kind of tuning in, and it looks like that's two people so far. Miracle Man just experimented with a Australian delicacy known as Ree, you want to tell us a little bit more about it? What is this
It's
stuff?
called Vegemite, mate. It's a national treasure. You're supposed to have it on nicely buttered toast. But Miracle Man fucked up and had just a spoon dip.
What other things did you put it on?
Never do this, kids. This was a bad choice on my part.
Yeah, I'll ask for your review in a second. I have been told by Lee from Whack Comics that you can. How dare you shit on my fucking gift to you? Where was I going with this? Sorry.
Your friend. You say you asked a friend.
Oh yeah, Lee from Wax says you can use it to cook meat.
Could I put
it like does it have oil in it or
pizza?
Like a fat element, like butter?
Like
it's like yeasty, kind of salty. Yeah, so you can use it like a rub.
You know what? I feel like that makes a lot of sense. Have you ever made a dry rub that's like if you taste it you think it would taste good, but oh no, it doesn't taste good. You have to cook with it. You know what I mean? Like that makes sense. This definitely tastes like something that you should not eat.
Have plain.
You have to cook it.
Right.
Like if I just dip my finger in cayenne pepper and put it on my tongue, I'd be like, this needs to be on something.
Here's the thing, everybody, and I showed everybody before the show. So this lovely little jar was sent by Ree. Thank you so much, Ree. It was very, very kind of you to send me.
Wow, you send terrible presents.
To send me your poisoned lizard poop.
Don't send me stuff.
But it traveled from Australia to America over the course of 4 months.
Oh wow!
I think it's more than that.
Maybe it
It's
went
5 or
bad.
6.
It might have been 5. I don't think it was ever good, Judah. And after spending that long coming here, I opened the container and it still looked like it had just been extruded.
And didn't you shake it first?
And I shook it. I'm shaking it right now.
I will say, from a presentation standpoint, it does look exactly like stool, like completely identical to stool.
See, but here's the thing, though. So this is what I said earlier, Miracle Man. Now that you've tasted it, tell me if this is accurate. Part of the revulsion that we're feeling is the inability to be able to prepare for what's going to hit your tongue. Right. Now, I get it. We all keep saying motor pool, shit, all this stuff. But realistically, when you put it in your brain, you can't help, because we're talking about putting it on bread and stuff like that. Like, we're like, okay, so all I could think of is like a peanut butter, maybe.
Yeah.
But we know it's not that because everybody says it's gross. It looks like Nutella, and you're trying to tell your brain, hey, it's not chocolate, it's not peanut butter, it's not any of this stuff. But your brain's like, yeah, fuck you. I see what it is.
Right.
And then you taste it, and your brain's like, what the fuck is going on? And all these fucking alarms going off.
Be honest, Ree, is it like all of Australia eats that just to fuck with tourists, right? Like that's literally the only reason you've all agreed. Yep, we like this, guys, and it's just to get the tourists to try something that you would throw in the trash otherwise.
Please don't look at the chat, Miracle Man. By the way, Look, yeah, I'll be honest. Have you guys heard of drop bears?
What?
Have you heard of drop bears?
No, I don't know.
Drop bears?
Yeah.
Drop bears.
Oh, drop bears, koalas.
Yeah.
Well,
Sounds adorable.
I don't know, like Robo, can you screen share and Google like drop bears? You'll get some images and that'll give you some ideas. But it's a nationwide prank that my neighbor fully convinced me of when I was a kid. That there were these.
Oh, stop. What the fuck, dude? Why is it doing that to my brain?
What is it? What is it?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Now Judah has to see it. Like he's like,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah.
love of God.
What is it?
Fucking Christ,
Are we
this is
gonna-
good.
Is this gonna get our channel deleted?
Nah.
All right.
Potentially.
Look at that. Look at this guy. Like it
Oh,
fucked me up a
Jesus.
little bit. I think that's a shark mouth. That's why.
So like
my God.
these aren't real,
Well,
but like
yeah.
they're
Ugh.
koalas.
This
that
one
have been
looks
edited.
real.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That would
You
fuck
live,
me up.
you
That's
live
one
in
that
the
got
seventh
wet
ring of
With
hell.
your country.
Wait, but you're Australian, so when you were a kid, you thought these were real.
100% convinced me because like I adored this girl when I was a kid. She like gave me all her old Barbies and it was dope. And then she was like, yeah, you know about drop bears, right? And I was like, what are drop bears? And she's like, yeah, if you go outside at certain times, they'll just drop on your head and eat your head. I'm like, what? What? I haven't seen them before. And she's like, yeah, they look exactly like koalas, but they have huge jaws of teeth.
Is this why
And-
the koalas aren't fucking? Or
The koalas aren't fucking because of the chlamydia, I think.
This is actually what happens when you feed a koala after midnight. So yeah.
I figured the chlamydia meant that they were fucking. That's what the problem was.
That's what happens
True.
when a koala opens Snapchat without thinking about it. They're just like, ah, fuck.
Who does that open picture look like?
This?
That open picture.
Yeah.
Predator in the form of like a
Yeah.
little monkey or koala.
Yeah. Little monkey
Cute.
predator.
Cute.
Yeah.
Little monkey predator. Holy shit!
Oh, that's
that looks like
terrifying.
that looks like an offensive caricature if I've ever seen one. Yeah,
Right.
I don't love that.
That's somebody who's racist against Australians. Right, has to do that.
It looks like it's from the Eternal Koala or like the Protocols of the Koalas.
This is
This
a
should
good
be
time.
this should be our thumbnail.
Jesus.
So this is a comic book channel. Pretty sure. Oh wow. Well, yeah. So you guys go ahead, Judah, intro us. What are you doing?
Oh, okay.
do,
What's up?
do your job.
Yeah,
What's up,
fuck. What do we pay you for?
Oh, jeez. Okay, so it's gonna be one of those streams. All right. Hi. What's up, friendly neighborhood nerds? Jirad. Wow, look at all these awesome people that we have here. Robo, G, Miracle Man. Robo, G, Miracle Man. And very nice to see everybody. It's nice to see people in the chat. So far, it's us. But looking forward to seeing more. This is great. We got a lot of awesome stuff to talk about. I am really looking forward to when Inferno comes up because I have a really good feeling that me and G see it differently, and I'm kind of just looking forward to that.
Spoiler.
And we have we're going to talk about Book of Boba Fett, which it's Friday. It happened on Wednesday, so tough, I don't know what else to say.
Miracle
know what's
Man has
funny?
seen it?
What?
I don't think
Miracle Man,
Miracle
have
Man
you
has
seen
seen
it?
it.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
haven't
yeah.
seen
Get
it yet.
out!
Yeah, but here's the
What?
here's the thing.
What? G?
I usually bitch about this off air. I'm gonna bitch about this on air.
Yes,
We literally
yes.
moved this from Wednesday to Friday so that we could talk about relevant stuff, and everyone keeps showing up not watching.
No, you
What?
just go talk about it.
That's what I'm talking
This is a year of silent rage bubbling over right now. by the way.
Yeah.
This isn't
Yeah.
like new.
about. Yeah,
Hey, Dakota. What's up, bud? See, we've got
What's up,
someone that's
Dakota?
not us here.
yeah. 1, 2, 3,
Dakota.
4, 5, 6. Yes,
I've
that's
never-
all of us and Dakota.
We're legally bound to. It's
I've never complimented Dakota on his Luke Skywalker avatar, but I like it.
he's
a lot.
like really
It is.
proud of that too.
yeah.
And like it gets updated every time we
CT Cook,
rewatch
just
that.
talk about it. Yeah,
I like
you
your
missed it.
style,
That's what I
CT.
was. Wait, what are you talking
Yeah.
about? Wait, talk about it. Wait, what are you talking about?
Just talk about Book of
Boba
Boba
Fett.
Fett is what he's saying.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's hell yeah.
Yeah.
There's not
Yeah.
even a ton to spoiler in these first two
Hey,
episodes.
there's not a
anyway.
ton to spoil.
Here's the deal. Spoiler: it was pretty mid. And it was good. It was good. There's not. What are you gonna spoil? Fucking Boba Fett kills people. Oh, by
It's
the way,
the first two
spoiler.
episodes.
Yeah.
Spoiler: Boba Fett's alive.
Yeah.
I don't know if
What?
you got that from Book.
Like,
Yeah.
if you've seen his bit in Mando, you could pretty much infer everything that's happened already.
Right.
That's
Right.
right.
Without
But
watching it, like-
there are two, what I thought two, maybe more, but two really good little like fan service cameo things
Mhm.
that are definitely going to be really exciting when you see them on this channel instead of the real thing.
I literally
Um,
thought about that when I was watching. It's exactly. I felt watching Boba Fett what non-comic book readers feel when they watch MCU movies. Like, wow, I really like that. No, like, and they love it, right? So, like, wow, I really love this movie. I'm like, yeah, but did you see the little thing? And they're like, what thing? I'm like, oh, look, this person's gonna show up, and then they're like, I don't know who that is. I'm like, oh man, that's part of the excitement. So, like, when I was watching it, I was like, and I hadn't even saw the censored stuff. Yeah, I guess we're talking about it. I hadn't even saw the censored stuff yet. In the Discord, and I saw the Chewbacca dude come out, and I'm like, I bet you that's somebody that I'm supposed to recognize and be excited about.
So
I bet.
so that's Black Chrysanthemum. And I think that's the best I can pronounce it. I don't really know how to pronounce it. It's
I
spelled
don't
KRR
even get that close.
KRRSANTAN. So if anyone wants to try to find a better way to say that, but I think
I
it's
call
Black
him Black Kyrgyzstan.
Kyrgyzstan.
Oh, I like that. I like that name better. I like that
That's
name better.
not remotely
I like that too.
close, but that's what my brain does.
So Black Chrysanthemum is a
Kyrgyzstan is
bounty
actually
hunter.
a beautiful country, by the way. I've been there.
Wait, is that a real
I've only-
place?
Kyrgyzstan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's where
Oh,
Manasseh
that must
is.
be why my head fills that in. Okay.
Yeah.
So this character is a bounty hunter, and him and Boba Fett have actually like worked together way back in the day, according like in the comics. We're talking, I think Kieran Gillen, Darth Vader run going back to like issue 1 is where he was first introduced. But him and Boba Fett are like fighting alongside each other, and he ends up becoming very closely associated with Dr. Aphra, who, man, if they bring her in on this show, that would be just the coolest.
You know they are. If they're gonna do that stuff, they definitely are.
We'll see. I hope so. That would be amazing. It would also take away some of the. It would also mean that she definitely doesn't die in the current run. But yeah. So that's kind of this character, and that's really all I have to say about him. He's he's like the most badass, dangerous bounty hunter among the most badass, dangerous bounty hunters.
We started the show talking about Vegemite, and then went right into
drop
Boba
bears.
Fett spoilers.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. CT Kook says every episode makes Boba Fett look lamer and lamer. I disagree, but I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I think that I like the Boba Fett that we're getting here. My one critique is I kind of wish they just were a little bit less vague about how he just all of a sudden is like a very pacifistic, nice guy after his Sarlacc experience. I just don't really feel like we kind of earned that. But maybe there's more flashbacks yet to come, so maybe we'll see more about it. Maybe we'll see more of
the
that.
flashbacks are that story.
But even in the flashbacks, you're not seeing him being bad and then being like, oh shit, maybe I
Like,
shouldn't
what was
be
he
bad.
supposed to do?
I don't know. Try to
Like
kill one of
murder all
maybe,
the sand people with what?
maybe he's about to-
dehydrated and almost dead.
Yeah. So maybe he's about to kill one in cold blood when he first escapes, but then
But,
he's
like,
like,
he
I'm not this
couldn't.
guy anymore. I'm not this guy anymore. You know?
Like, he had
No.
they are massively over him. Like,
No,
that would have been
100%.
super stupid to try and
100%.
attack them.
It's
They're the only
it's-
reason he's not dead.
They don't
And-
have, they,
and
they
he
just
was
have
about
they,
to
They just
until
have to
until he
communicate.
realized that the dude was a kid.
They just have
Like,
to
he was about
communicate
to
the
do that.
desire. You know what I'm saying? Like they just have
Yeah.
to show that he transitioned from one type of person to another.
I mean, like, I think that's what they are actively doing, and
Yeah.
people are like, "No, I want it now." But like, okay, well, it's a story, and you can't have it all
Yeah.
at once. Like,
and
we're
I
showing
appreciate-
you.
I would appreciate it. I'm happy that they're actively doing that. It's just the starting point is that he's already like this changed person. So they're actively continuing where he started
I mean,
rather
there's
than
2 starting points.
Is he
Right.
a changed person though? To be fair, I
Yes.
mean, how much are we projecting? Oh, he might because I haven't seen it, but how much are we projecting onto the character that is Boba Fett from what their 3.5 minutes of screen time on Empire and Jedi? Yeah, there's a lot of extended universe stuff with Boba Fett in it, but first of all, none of that technically counts towards the story of Boba. All we know is Boba Fett was hired as a bounty hunter and, went to deliver his bounty and was working for Jabba at the time. Now,
so
we also
Disney
have
canon,
the animated Boba.
Post Disney canon is canon. Like the comics that are coming out post Disney,
right,
are canon. But
right.
if you go back to Jason Aaron run, like he's killing anyone who's in his way indiscriminately. He's not sadistically, but if someone's in his way, he's going to kill them just because it's easier. And there are multiple situations here where you would expect him to do that, and he just doesn't even occur to him to do it. You know what I mean?
So here's the thing. Maybe I need to go back through again, right? So I'm in full agreement with G. I'm also in agreement with I would have liked to see more Punisher Boba Fett than we did, and that's like the main part of my desire. Like, be a gruesome badass for a little bit, and then let us say I want just for that, right? Just to get that itch. But if we're focusing on the change, Boba Fett's not just a cold-blooded killer, although he is. He's also a tactician. And I think exactly like it would be dumb for him to not only is he coming out of the Sarlacc for however long he was in there, he gets caught right away. He's walking while half dead. He has no energy. He's gonna escape, but he's surrounded by a camp of sleeping people. He can't kill them because they're all just get up and kill him. Right. So he doesn't really have any of these opportunities.
He has no idea how to navigate.
Exactly. And so he has to let them take him to a certain point. It's a source of food, source of water, right? They got to keep him alive. And then he is going to kill one because he has the opportunity to do two. And it was a kid. So there's your first I was going to kill you right now, right? And then he's kind of forced, again, still out in the middle of the desert, doesn't know where the fuck he's at. He's kind of relying on them. And I'm sure we can imagine, based off of what we know of Boba Fett, that he's like, just you fucking wait. I'm going to kill every one of you motherfuckers as soon as it. But in that journey where he has to wait. What's up? Blur Without Fear? Ernie? What is it? The Blur, what is it? The bitch without fear? Is it? You still going by that?
Wow.
Inside joke. Inside joke. We love each other.
So alternate theory here. So I'm not really in strong disagreement with you or G on this, but there has to be some kind of change that we see to make the show worth watching because we're not really seeing the change. It's implied, We're
experiencing it.
I mean,
one thing that could happen is that we get, and I think the only other person here besides me that may have seen this is Miracle Man. But the movie Unforgiven is about basically it's about the man with no name as an old man. It's a Western. And he starts off so he was this badass psycho gunslinger back in the day. And then he sort of mellowed out because he got married and he had kids. And he gives up drinking. He gives up killing and fighting. And he settles down with his kids. Eventually, his wife grows old. She passes away. And then, his kids leave or whatever. No, his kids are still there. That's right. And someone comes by because they're running out of money. And he's like, hey, I got this bounty on these dudes that did a really terrible thing. I'm not going to get too into it. Will you help? And at first he's reluctant, but he really needs the money. So he goes with him. And over the course of the movie, he goes from being a reformed bad guy back to being full bad guy. And that could be the arc for Boba, where he just degrades into going ruthless again, I think would be dope. But
I think another thing that Miracle Man said that was pretty smart was like us projecting and do we know, right? And he's saying that without seeing it. But check this out. Mr. I've changed Boba Fett. Mr. Why is he just a good guy now, Boba Fett? First thing he does is to take his assassin friend and go take over the criminal lord position of a town. You know what I mean? Like I don't.
That's in there. He's in.
He's in there. And what did he do on the train? He killed every motherfucker on that train. They're dead. Mm-hmm. He didn't no, keep them all alive, and I'm gonna choke them all out, right? Like it's a NES game or something. And I'm like Ninja Turtles, where they hit everybody.
He didn't kill everyone on the train.
He killed a lot. He killed a lot of people.
But there was at least 30 or so left at the end, right?
What happened to them though?
He sent them off. He's like, you tell your master the terms are
right.
Through this, you pay the toll.
that group
Tactician.
is the Pikes, by the way. Like, he knows
Mm.
who they are. And he
Right.
knows how important they are to the galaxy and what power they have. So, like, yeah, he's not stupid. He's just finally seeing how to run a successful tribe, which has never been demonstrated for him.
Danny says, I hope Boba doesn't kill the Tusken Raiders. Of course not. He's not going to kill the Tusken Raiders.
There's
But
no way.
I still think they might die.
Also, can we
well-
talk about how cool it is that Boba finally has someone he trusts?
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, him
Yeah.
and Fennec are amazing.
It's so heartwarming. That second episode is so fucking cool to see the like Dances with Wolves type take on,
Right.
you know, and like I know it's like pretty
What's up,
explicit in
John?
that they're up against a train,
Johnson
but it's
Lucas.
also fucking rad to see it. I don't know, it's just fun to like see that deeper look into their culture and their traditions and how they craft weapons and how they dance around the fire. That was fucking sweet. I love seeing that shit. I loved episode 2 in particular.
Yeah.
It's
gonna be pretty great.
It's a trend that I see in comics, and in storytelling in general, movies and things like that, where I feel like as story listeners, as consumers of stories, I think that we are at a point where this cartoonish good guy, bad guy dynamic, and you're the good guy, you're the bad guy, now fight, and maybe sometimes the good guy loses and bad ending, and sometimes the good guy wins and gay. And now it's like, no, there's like 70,000 shades of you know stuff,
Good
and there's
guy
no
and bad
you know.
guy, yeah.
And so Tusken Raiders has always been presented as those are the bad guys.
Yep.
That,
Yeah, I think we started seeing that
chaotic
change.
What's
We
up,
started seeing
Mike?
that change in Mando.
No, that's what I
Right.
mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, not, I'm not saying
Right.
starting here, but I'm just saying this new age of storytelling in general. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah.
What's interesting
But
about the
even
Tuskens
in-
is the more you see the Tuskens, the more you realize that they're not just one of the many people that live on Tatooine. They are Tatooinians. Like everyone, they refer to everyone else as off-worlders. Like they are the indigenous people of Tatooine.
Right.
And all these other people in Mos Eisley and Mos Espa over at what's it called?
Anchorhead.
Anchorhead and Tashi Station, like these are all off-worlders living on Tusken land.
Which
that are just-
explains why the Tuskens are so poorly treated by.
Why- and it's why
everybody
they're so
else.
hostile. It's why they're so hostile. Like they fucking hate
Right.
all the off-worlders because they
Right.
fucked up their already kind of shitty planet. But yeah, so
I bet
that's,
Tusken Raiders thought that planet was great before those off-worlders got there.
Although they
Tusken
do
Raiders like
allude
sand,
to
unlike
like that
Anakin,
it
right?
used to be different, and like where the hell did he? There used to be trees apparently.
right. But I don't. Maybe pollution. Maybe when people came to Tatooine, all those moisture farmers, they really fucked up the.
I think
atmosphere.
so because wasn't there a line when he said like one of the Tuskens says like when the ocean's dried up?
Yeah,
So- yeah, and
Well,
that
they
was
might have-
it's fascinating to think
They
that.
might have moved slightly out of sync in their orbit.
I do
Maybe.
like how they're essentially just making the Tuskens Fremen.
Maybe it used to
Yeah.
have one sun.
Tuskens are just Fremen. I never thought of that, but I love it though.
Right, and Boba
It
is just like
works.
a New Zealand version of Paul.
New Zealand Paul.
Frankly, Tamara Morrison is an upgrade from Paul Atreides. So
So good. He's a really great actor. Whatever is that his name? Sorry, what's his name? The guy that plays Boba.
Tamura.
Tamara Morrison.
Man, he's great. I got real Mad Max vibes. Like I didn't notice until I watched a review of episode 1. The first 12 minutes don't have any dialogue.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize that.
The first 12 minutes, and
Wow.
like none of us realized that, right? Because it was so compelling. You were just like
Let's
in
hear
it.
it for the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for the Lord.
Although
What-
I gotta
what
say,
they-
like Tuskens, if you're gonna be doing a raid, like if you know a train is coming and they're gonna be shooting at you, move your banthas. Move your banthas.
We talked about this. The horses always get fucked, and in this case,
Yeah.
the horses are the banthas. But you watch Braveheart, you watch Lord of the Rings, you watch Game of Thrones, you watch this. The animals that get ridden are the always lose, no matter who
There's a
wins the
line
battle.
about this. There's a line about this in the latest Witcher season. Horses, whores, and mages all useful until they aren't.
Oof.
They get
Yeah.
discarded.
And if there's one thing I do not like seeing on TV, it's horses getting fucked. So,
That's why
I prefer
I'm the
that
opposite.
live myself.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I prefer that.
if we could, I know, like, okay, Confederate statues, yes, bring them down. But if we could leave the horses up, like those horses,
Can you imagine
by
sewing
and
them?
large, were amazing and do deserve statues. Like Robert E. Lee's horse. What was his name? I can't think of it at the moment. But yeah, like that horse was amazing and deserves more statues.
Amen.
Fuck the guy though.
Yeah, fuck the guy.
Right. Well, like,
You guys
let's
wanna
hear it
talk-
for Stonewall Jackson's horse, who carried him right to that sniper's bullet. Huh?
Did anyone else
That's right,
notice?
Confederates. Suck
That
it.
horse was actually a spy for the North.
Yeah. he deserves extra statues. That fucking horse. Let me tell you what. I'm gonna start building one right now.
Amazing.
So for those of you who have read the fan fiction known as EU, just kidding.
G canon.
It's canon. It's not G canon. What is it called? It's called C canon or
G canon, yeah.
C canon. Yeah. Anyways, throw out some guesses and chat too. Where do you think? Where do you hope this season goes?
I hope
I guess-
Black
is there-
Sun gets involved and Prince Zizor, who is just sort of semi-introduced in Crimson Reign, which occurs between Empire and Jedi. I hope that he becomes part of this because that would be really cool for me.
What is the premise of that for people
So
who?
Black-
I mean, I know what it is.
So back in the EU days, which is not canon, but back in the EU days, there's this. Basically, it was a
It's
movie
not
without a movie.
Not canon.
That's good.
There was-
yeah.
There was a movie without the movie called Shadows of the Empire that took
Oh,
place
yeah.
between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. And when I say movie without a movie, I mean it had a soundtrack, it had a video
Yep.
game, it had
Yep.
a novel, it had comics, it had action figures and trading cards. It had literally all the bells and whistles besides being an actual movie.
Yep.
This went down like take place like while Han Solo's frozen in carbonite. They basically came up with Diet Han Solo, this character named Dash Rendar, who was like the fill-in heroic white guy for when Han Solo wasn't there because they couldn't center it around Lando for whatever fucking reason.
Well,
But
I think we know the reason.
I think we know the reason. Yeah,
Yeah. The figure was
Dash
weird.
Rendar. And I'll be honest, I reread it like a few years ago, and it's just not as good as I remember it. But
It's not.
there was one element that I really liked, and it was this character called Prince Zizor. He's a Falleen. We've seen Falleen like in a lot of the expanded material, and in the Clone Wars. But he's like this green alien race with a ponytail, and they wear like these long purple like frocks. But they're like super involved in like the Black Sun, which is like the criminal mafia, one of the as big as the Hutts, and has the ear of the emperor. Like they're huge. And Prince Zizor is like their shadowy leader. And he's not only he's like a tactical genius, he's basically the Thrawn of crime. And he's cool. And he's dangerous. So it would definitely be, he like bucks at Jabba. Like he like stares down Jabba the Hutt and Vader in the Shadows of the Empire book.
Yeah.
So it would be dope to see him show up here.
Show the
I guess-
Shadows of the Empire Chewbacca, because he's one of the characters I remember the best, because he has an eye patch and a mullet. It's like
How
Patch
does the
Wolverine
Wookiee
crossed
have
with
a
Chewbacca.
mullet?
You wait, you'll see.
I want to see.
Shadows of the Empire. Chewie.
That just sounds like every
Yeah.
Australian man today. Eye patch and a mullet.
Right.
Wow.
Yes. Oh, I see. it.
Can confirm.
What is
Yeah,
going
confirm.
on in Australia?
Magpies. Vicious magpie attacks. Taking eyes out. Drop bears. It's fucking
Oh,
drop
damn.
bears
Fucking
everywhere.
drop bears, I'll tell you.
Hey, Blur, did you ever play the game and have to fight that giant Dianoga? Because that shit used to scare my brother. He'd like literally run out of the room when the
Oh, okay.
Dianoga was on the screen.
That's how
Oh,
you know
this
you did
can
your
make you
character design,
appreciate
right?
That's fucking
That
rad.
was a good one. There, show the action figure. Yeah, if you can show the action figure. That see what I mean? Like, you're right. How does a Wookiee have a mullet? This is fucking how. This is how
Yeah.
a Wookiee.
I see.
It's a mullet, right?
Like, that's impressive. That's impressive
Right.
character
All
design.
right. They're like, we
Wow.
have to make the sculpt different than the 5,000 other Chewbacca figures to get the nerds to buy it. Let's give him a fucking mullet. It's like a cross between Chewie and Patch Wolverine. You know what I mean? Like they kind of just push the two characters together. They're like, bam, Shadows of the Empire, Chewbacca.
I like that. It's the patch
Yeah.
of Chewbacca. I like that.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, this was going to be my prediction, Danny. I fucking hope they bring in Dr. Afra. Can you imagine?
That's gonna
imagine?
happen. That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen.
She will 100% make it onto live action at some point. It can't be avoided. It has to happen.
I think she's the most popular character introduced in the modern comics.
Yes.
So I mean, clearly they're going to tie her in. They want to bring her into that. They're going to eventually push her into her own show, I'm sure.
Who would you cast Miracle
on...
Man?
For Dr. Afra?
Yeah. I want the whole panel to answer.
I would love to see someone unknown for Dr. Afra. I want to not see her coming.
Yeah.
You want to not see her coming?
Yeah.
I mean,
wow,
G.
Wow.
I also would like an unknown. That would be cool.
What about who's the chick that played Jessica Jones?
It's got to be. I think Afra's an Asian.
Afra's
Asian. Not
wow.
Asian.
Wow.
She's biracial.
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a Star Warsian race that closely resembles Asian.
Be better,
Yeah.
Ree.
Yeah.
Be better.
Should we? Where's the apology music? And why don't you already have it queued up?
Damn it.
Yeah, I feel like they talk about that in the Afra that I bought you.
They definitely do. I actually have the hardcover sitting like right in front of me as well.
It's so pretty.
Don't you robo this situation. If you didn't read it, just you fucking own that shit.
I've read that plus more. It's so fucking good. That once I read that Vader run, I think we read it to interview Gillen, and I was like, because she gets introduced in that, and it's so fucking amazing. And then G bought me the first. I think it's the first.
I love buying comics in Australia because like the exchange rate works so well in my favor.
Oh, thank fuck, because it's the opposite for me. One USD is like, I can't remember what the exchange rate is right now.
Yeah, like I'll check out and it'll be like, you spent like, $80 or whatever, and then I check my account and it's like 30.
Yeah.
Oh, and they don't charge any tax.
No,
the tax is in the price. That's wow. What a crazy mixed up world that is down there, huh?
$1 American is $1.40 for us.
What do you mean they don't charge tax?
It's built into the price already. So if they say it's $30,
so they charge tax,
but they don't.
We just tell you what it is.
Yeah.
They don't add tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're buying those submarines somehow, man.
Don't get me started on the submarines. I was literally ranting about them yesterday to my dad.
But as far as Book of Boba Fett, my guess on a big reveal is going to be Kira showing up, because the rumors, there are a ton of rumors that What's Her Nuts is re-signing her contract.
That would be so dope.
And yeah, the way they're leaning into her with the comics, I think it's probably going to be Kira.
The reception, that's it right there. The reception. Everybody loves Afra, and they're going to 100% use her.
That's all they care
Afra's coming, no doubt.
Did anyone else kind of notice Cammy and Fixer, like when it happened?
What?
No. So
I haven't seen it.
So okay. So when they get to Tashi Station, when Boba Fett goes to Tashi Station to steal those swoop bikes, there's two people at the bar, and they might look familiar to some people who watch the deleted scenes from A New Hope. Because in A New Hope, there's a deleted scene right after like the first space battle where Luke Skywalker is on the planet of Tatooine, like looking up at the stars, watching the fallout from the battle. And he's got some people with him. One of them is Biggs, who he later meets up at the end of the movie, and you actually see that. That's not a deleted scene. But the two other characters are Cammy and Fixer, and they're just like his best friends, I guess, that he hangs out with. And it's also in the Marvel comic adaptation of A New Hope. So those are the two places where you might have seen them. But now they are officially canon because they were sitting at Tashi Station. They weren't.
They're officially canon because Jon Favreau is a big nerd.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, that's basically it. But I thought that was just a nice touch. I just like.
Oh yeah, was it Rodriguez directed the first episode? That's fucking rad. Did we talk about that already? Who directed the second one?
Which Rodriguez?
Jon Favreau.
Favreau, yeah.
Oh, okay. Favreau directed the second one. Robert.
The one who did Sin City.
Yeah.
That's a name I know, but it doesn't really mean anything to me.
Right. What was that gross movie? What was that gross movie he made about people in the woods? It was.
You're gonna have to narrow it down.
Is it?
It was the one. No, it was the one. It was the one. It was like a really gross ass movie. I can't remember what it's called.
Was it the?
disgusting.
Was it the?
Cabin Fever? He
Cabin
directed
Fever.
Cabin
Oh.
Fever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Yep. Nice.
Yep. And Planet Terror, which is the first half of Grindhouse.
Planet Terror, I love.
The better installment in that.
Oh, absolutely.
Movie, I guess. Whatever.
Death Machine was at
that
best.
double feature. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one's the one with the gun leg? Is that Planet Terror?
That's Planet Terror. Yeah. And then the boring one was actually the Quentin one, the Death Proof.
Right.
Death Proof. That's
the
what it
car
was.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you have a movie with Kurt Russell, and you're like, that was the boring one? But you're right, it was.
My favorite part of that movie is when she does sings Down in Mexico by the Coasters.
Oh yeah.
At the bar, and that's like the only part that I liked.
Okay, I
Nice.
found apology music. I'm ready. What are we talking
okay.
about? What are we about?
Are we done with Book of Boba Fett? Anyone? Any parting shots? Any final words?
This is not
Save
related,
rounds?
but while I remember it's a Kurt Russell classic called Bone Tomahawk, you should all watch it. It's really good. It's a horror movie. It's very gory. Yeah.
Bone Tomahawk.
Bone Tomahawk, and it's about.
No, I'm doing your voice, and then you're like redoing your voice.
You know what's funny? I've been watching season 4 of Family Guy, and there's that episode with Stewie where he says, "And that's for true." And
You know where I get it from?
yeah, it made me lose my shit.
That's for true.
And that's for true.
That's for true. See, Blurred agrees with me. Bone Tomahawk is awesome. Yeah, it's really
Ooh,
good.
Patrick Wilson.
This dude's directing debut, this movie, and it's fucking perfect. Like, the cinematography's fire, the acting's fire. It's really, like, slow paced, which I enjoy for a Western. And then it, like, ramps up.
Is it just me? As Kurt Russell seemed to be leaning into the Western genre as he gets older?
Why wouldn't you with that?
I mean, look
facial
at his
hair?
face.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
good
that
point.
is
He's
There are
dope.
two
going where
roles-
his facial hair is taking him.
There are two roles for a guy with that face: either being in a Western or just being at like a campsite yelling at his kids. That's the
Or
only
like
two,
a,
those are the only two things I can
Maybe
imagine him
do-
doing.
like Civil War general. I
Yeah.
could see it.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. Kurt Russell's kids are all adults and very attractive, if I remember correctly.
This face,
Isn't his
that's-
son?
Yeah.
What's his name from Falcon and the Winter Soldier? U.S. Agent.
Oh no
He's
shit!
also,
Oh,
yeah.
he's also
I didn't
in.
know that. Is Carrie Russell
oh.
related to him?
They have 4. Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell have 4 kids.
Let me ask the Oracle.
I forget who.
Isn't he in
I
that
forget who
movie
they
where
all
it's
are.
like Nazis and it's a horror movie and it might also be zombies? Shit, what's it called? And he looks
Oh, yeah.
exactly like his fucking dad.
Yeah. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yes, it's
Yeah.
not. It's vampires.
It's Wyatt Russell, I think.
Wyatt
Wyatt
Russell.
Russell.
that's it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And then
right.
Carrie Russell's not related to Kurt
That was
Russell.
just me reading Blurred's comments.
She's related to
That
David
makes
Russell.
Ah,
That makes sense.
sense.
A lot of Russells in this business.
A lot of Russells out there.
Yeah.
If
So,
this were like a comedy movie, I would always have
Overlord.
like Blurred in like talking to me through a radio through an earpiece, so I could pretend to know what I'm talking about.
What?
You know, like Wyatt Russell. Can you speak up? I can't hear you. Huh? Nothing. What?
Miracle
you
Man,
all-
are you old and sad? That's the rumor. Can you confirm or deny?
I mean, according to my very good friend Whack, and if you're in here right now and you're not subbed to Whack Comics, please do so because it's the most avant-garde comic show on the YouTubes. They insist upon themselves, is what I'm saying.
Insist upon-
According to my very good friend Whack, yes, I'm old and sad, old and sad, old and sad. This motherfucker. Hey, nice to see you guys, Whack and Tyler. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah. By the way, thank you. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Hey, y'all
sure.
want to show some comics? Because I got a shit ton of comics, and I really want to show some.
Look, here's the deal.
I'm
Here's
like
the deal.
really,
Yeah.
fucking-
Look,
Yeah.
man. The episode's limited to just this day, so I don't know.
Yeah. Look,
I put most of them away. I only have a small pile. But
Oh,
they're
so you
really good.
limit it. You like
They're really
showing
good.
like the ones that are gonna be good.
All
Oh,
my comics are good, bro.
I know they're all good, but I mean,
They are all comics.
We don't have 73 minutes.
okay.
I got the best of the best, the cream de la creme.
All right.
Show us.
Do we
Show
want
us.
to get into that? Let's do it. Then
Yeah,
you
let's
go
do
first.
that.
You go
Let's
first.
do that.
Go.
I should go first.
Yeah.
Or we
Miracle
should go
Man, how does it feel to be back in Marvel?
I'm very excited. We didn't even talk about that.
We
Yeah,
will.
didn't
We
talk
will
about
be
that,
talking
yeah.
about that.
All right.
We
will
can
be.
talk about it while you show comics.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have plenty of details that I'm very excited to share.
Go ahead.
But you know what? Here, I'm going to show some books real quick. I got some.
Yeah.
I got a really good deal right before Christmas and I put a big chunk of them away already. But I saved some of them here to show you guys. Man, fuck you, Danny.
Let Miracle Man show color for 5 hours.
You know, I'm going to do a stream. My
You let
first
Miracle Man
stream
be great, damn it.
It's just me showing comics for an entire day. 24 straight hours of me just pulling out comics.
And people are like, "Oh, does he loop it? Does he just like let it loop and just keep it streaming?" Like, no. He's just showing his comics. That's live.
I'm just showing you. We're just going to do this wall here first. Okay, I'm going to start off with one that I'm really excited for. This is Turok number 28, 26,
Sweet.
something like that.
Those covers are the best.
They're beautiful. Turok was published
Five
by,
hours,
most people know, by
times.
Western Publishing, Gold Key.
All right, I'm a head out.
Yeah. Oh man, let's go. Come on.
But before that,
sorry.
Dell and Western were partnered. Before Gold Key came about, Dell Publishing and Western Publishing were partnered. Dell financed and distributed books that were created and packaged by Western. So when Western split off to do their own comics by themselves without Dell, they took Turok with them and the numbering continued. So this is early in the Turok run. Like I said, I think it's like issue 26, 27, 28, something like that. I was really stoked to find it. And I got that for like $1. It was pretty nice.
That's rad.
This is women's comics.
The return of women's comics.
Yeah, it's not so much a return. This is a Trina Robbins cover.
Is that
Ooh.
handbag also a chip? What is that?
It's a stereo. It looks like a stereo.
Computerized cassette briefcase.
Oh wow!
I need one of those.
When you have robot people, you're gonna have cassettes still.
One thing I've been
Yeah.
noticing lately is futuristic stuff from the 80s. Our technology now is better than the futuristic shit they could imagine in the 80s.
Yes.
Hey,
Except for
Brett.
those hoverboards. How did we not get the fucking hoverboards like Michael J. Fox and back in the
Well, we
future?
did, but we did have hoverboard-ish type objects. They just
Kind
were
of.
dangerous on airplanes or something.
Yeah, so this book entirely everything is done by women. All the contributors, the writers, the artists. Like I said, Trina Robbins did the cover, but there's Melinda Getty working here.
Is it really good
Colleen
then?
Doran. Oh wow, wow! I have one other issue, and it deals with a woman being put in prison, and it's a very realistic look at it.
I don't really
And how
like
she's
politics
treated.
in my comics.
Based on your experience for women in prison?
Well, let me rephrase that. Based on what I have read in other books that were supposedly realistic, here we have Double Dare Adventures #1.
Moving on.
This is B-Man. Now you look at this book and you're probably like, well, this looks like a dumb fucking comic. So here's the pedigree on this book. Joe Simon, Jack Kirby.
Ooh.
Wow.
It's Steranko's first published work.
Oh wow. The Sterank dog.
Yep. It's
Please
actually
never say that again.
Harvey, like everybody knows Harvey for like Casper and Richie Rich and all that. But Harvey tried their hand at superheroes. Didn't last long, a couple of issues. But this year's probably their most significant. Here's another Harvey superhero comic, Piranha. It's actually
What is
Thriller
up with
Ramen
that
number
guy's
3.
face? Holy shit.
What do you mean? What do you
Oh my
mean?
Oh my god.
Here we have this is a Charlton book, this Mysteries of Unexplored Worlds number 46. This is the first appearance of one of their action heroes, Son of
Oh,
Vulcan,
shit.
which will be included in a video I'm working on with Miss Ree here.
Ooh.
Keeping up with the weird old superheroes here. Here we have a couple from Dell. These are two of the most commercially reviled comics of the Silver Age.
Oh wow.
Dracula number 2 Although
What?
first appearance of this Dracula.
Is what that?
And Werewolf number one.
Wait! I'm not done mocking. Wait, it's like Dracula cat. It's like Catman Dracula.
Yes, these were
What is up with
superheroes.
that?
This was Dell's attempt at superheroes after Gold Key had left him, after Western had left him, and started Gold Key. They didn't do well. We'll put it that way.
That doesn't just scream "pick me up."
Right.
I
And
mean,
of course,
I mean, let's be fair though. Like, we're able to judge this now because they didn't make it. But Batman, like,
very true.
You know,
Very true.
If they didn't make it, we'd be like, oh, Batman, all the 20 years.
Very true. Yeah. Another attempt at Dell's superheroes, literally called superheroes. This super team was the Fab Four.
Oh, cool.
Ask me how many issues this series won for.
1.
4.
4.
4.
Oh, nice.
Fab Four.
Right near the end of Charlton's publishing days. This is from I want to say 1985. This is Tales of the Mysterious Traveler, number 15.
That was pretty good, actually.
Ooh, great cover, right?
Yeah.
Great cover. Let me show you. Let me ask you, who does this character remind you of?
Silver Surfer.
No, no, that would be too easy, wouldn't it?
The guy with his fist in the air.
Who does this guy remind you of?
Oh, the
Mystery Man, or what's his name?
Phantom Stranger, right?
Phantom Stranger,
yeah.
Some DC shit.
Kind of surprising, seeing as how, the Phantom Stranger was being published by DC and Tales of the Mysterious Traveler here was being published by Charlton. Somehow, nobody got sued. Kind of surprising there. Another Charlton book. That's the first issue and appearance of E-Man, a superhero owned by Joe Staton and Nicole or Nikolai Cootie, something like that.
Nice. Do it.
Couple of old Silver Age DC books here. This is their caveman character, Anthro.
Anthropology. Anthropomorphic.
Right. Right. Yeah. Issue number 3 and number 4 here. These are not great, guys. I read them. I was like, I see why this ran 6 issues. But Commandy's known as the last boy on Earth. Anthro's known as the first boy on Earth. No, I don't know, Matthew. I don't know if B-Man is. I don't know who owns the Harvey stuff. I did look it up not long ago, but I don't know off the top of my head. I actually think Random Penguin House technically owns the Harvey characters.
Danny, shots fired. Danny, shots fired.
Another Charlton
really good
book. This one here, I was really excited to find. This is Space Adventures. I don't even remember the issue. It's basically the 3rd appearance of Captain Atom.
Oh, nice. Damn.
Really tough to come by book.
That's so
What's that going for?
I don't know. I got it for $1.50.
That's nice.
I got a good deal. All right. Last couple of books here. I ordered these off of the Cherry website when they first dropped. These are really tough. These blow up. Put it that way. This is the Legacy Edition reprint of Cherry issue number 3. It's colorized. Both copies are autographed by Larry Wells. The Virgin variants on the inside. This is a reprint of the original issue, fully colorized, new cover. They're very limited edition. I think he puts out like 1,000, and that's it.
Is the interior like the cover?
Well, no. It's more cartoony, and it's definitely not something we can show on YouTube. It is very sexual comic. She was a very liberated woman for 1979, and she banged everything.
Interesting.
She banged.
This is a book that I've been looking for forever. From Paragon Publication. This was a fanzine publisher. Star Fem's number 1 here. And yes, there are nurples, so I hope that doesn't get us kicked off. But Paragon leaned into using public domain female superheroes, and strangely enough, in every one of their battles, their tops blew off. Here's another one of their books.
Free the Nipple comic.
Free the Nipple of 1980. This is Femme Fantastique number 2. This is Phantom Lady right here.
Girl from LSD.
That's the girl from LSD.
I like the coloring on that.
It's a cool cover. These books, because they were labeled as fanzines, they had a lot of original stuff, but they would also do stuff with like Wonder Woman and Black Canary. There's a pinup in here where you have a topless Black Canary just laid back.
Is fanzine like a loophole where you can basically
Back then.
do any IP? Back
Yeah,
then?
back then. Back then. I don't know anymore.
Nice.
I got this for Christmas. This was one of my most favoriteest of Christmas presents. This is the deluxe limited record edition for What's the Furthest Place from Here #1. So this is a new book.
Is there an actual album?
There's an album. This right here is a 7-inch album.
What is the
It's
furthest
comic-
place from here?
It's a post-apocalyptic story. And actually, it
No, like,
just
what is the
past where you
place?
live. Like from where I live, it's Perth.
Here is the furthest place from here.
Hey,
Last but not least, this is my big banger, guys. This one here is real
You
exciting.
can't show that.
Whoa,
You can't show that.
Yeah, can't do that.
And I want you to tell me if any of you know why this is a big banger.
Taboo.
This is Taboo issue #2.
Ooh.
Anybody know why?
Because
the cover artist.
fish face.
No, not the cover.
Don't know.
Is she nursing that one little
Yes.
guy?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Those are her
nibbling
guppies.
on her breast.
So this is a magazine-size, square-bound format book. It is the first part of it's the prologue of From Hell by Mr. Alan Moore.
Oh yeah, you told me this. Sorry, I should have been ready with that.
These books have an exceptionally low print run. Okay, they were very pricey when they came out. Really low print run. I mean, when this came out, I think this was like a $15 book, which is pretty pricey for a black and white unknown, for the most part, unknown creators or
Bad idea vibes.
low name creators at the time. Stephen Bissett's in here, John Toddleben, Alan Davis, Alan Moore. You know, if you find the Taboo books, guys, pick them up. I'm not going to tell you what this cost me, but I will say this. Well, I think it's sealed. I think it's sealed whack. Let me check a look. But yeah, it is sealed. It is shrink wrapped. Yeah, Bissett. Yeah, Bissett's in episodes more. Yeah, it's sealed. I don't know if I want to open it up, buddy. But if you find those books, guys, if you're an Alan Moore fan, grab it. If you're a Toddleman fan, if you're a Bissett fan, grab it. You won't see it again. In all of my years of collecting, this is the first time I've seen one actually in front of me. So, really excited when I got it. It did cost me, well, quite a bit of money. A lot more than I normally pay for comics. Let's put it that way.
Worth it, just
Worth
for the guppy breastfeeding alone.
Right.
Have you rubbed your penis against it yet?
The bag. Yeah.
Okay.
Not the book. That's frivolous.
That was 5 comics ago. Yeah.
Right.
I got you.
Right. But that's it. That's all I got. I mean, I had more to show, but because I put them away, that's all I got.
So should we
Nice.
quickly talk about Miracle Man?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I actually have I got the Miracle Man hardcovers. Oh,
Nice.
Jesus. Yeah. So so all this time I've been aware of Miracle Man. Okay. Let me just hold something up. Yeah. So all this time I've been aware of Miracle Man. Like I knew it was like an old Alan Moore thing, but I just like didn't really like. I just never got to it.
This motherfucker
then-
over here.
And I finally was like,
Hey,
it's
nice.
time. It's time to actually like check this thing out. And not only you can see my bookmark. I'm like halfway through this one, more than halfway through. But it's not just that I like it. I think I enjoy it more than I ever enjoyed The Watchmen, which was also by the original writer, Alan Moore. So yeah, I really dig it.
You haven't made it to the Warp Smiths yet, then, have you?
I'm halfway through the first story, Dream of Flying. I have the second hardcover coming in the mail. The third one, Olympia, is basically impossible to find at a normal price.
Yep.
So that's like a no-go. But I guess what's kind of sparked it is there's some news that Miracle Man will be appearing in mainstream Earth 616 Marvel comics in the near future. So yeah, I figured I would just kind of brush up on the character, and I'd give it a hard recommend. It's pretty awesome.
Hardcover omnibus coming from Marvel real soon.
I'm gonna get that
I'm
sure.
super hyped
Oh.
about it. I have it in every possible rendition on the Warrior magazine, the Eclipse comics, the Marvel comics. Oh, look there, you got the Marvel Man reprints.
This is terrible.
It's
So
bad.
I wanted to like cover all my bases. So I was like, well, if this Alan Moore thing is a revival, I should read the pre-revival like regular. So I got this very inexpensively, this black and white soft cover just to kind of read it, and it's like, this is like comics for like 9-year-olds. Like this is like definitely like this could be in like the Sunday paper. Like it is tough reading. I made it through it. It's just like, look at this art quality. Look at like what we're looking at here.
Yeah, it's rough.
Sorry.
So just so everybody knows, real quick, the original Marvel Man was created, literally thrown together in a couple of days' time by character creator Mick Anglo. The original publisher in the UK was printing Captain Marvel reprints. And DC sued Fawcett because they claimed Captain Marvel was too much like Superman. Fawcett stopped publication, and all of a sudden, the publisher in the UK didn't have any reprints to publish. And the publisher went to Mick Anglo and said, hey, put a character together for me. And he made Marvel Man and the Marvel Man family. And if you look at it, boy, is it real obvious. The Captain Marvel's head villain was Dr. Sivana. Marvel Man's head villain was Dr. Emil Gargunza, and they looked almost exactly the same, except Gargunza had hair. Marvel Man, Kid Marvel Man, and Young Marvel Man, instead of having, Captain Marvel Jr., and Mary Marvel. It's a very blatant ripoff, but it was just traditional kids' comics of the 50s and 60s.
That's what I was going to say when we showed that other one. I'm like, it looks like it was printed in the era of this is a story for 8-year-olds.
Yeah,
right.
Oh, yeah.
But the Alan Moore stuff is visceral. Like it's naughty. I mean, it's rated R shit, but it's fucking like dark, brutal, awesome. Like they definitely completely changed that. I would say start with the Miracle Man stuff. Skip the Marvel Man. You can read one Marvel Man just to get it in your head what it's like, and I would say that's enough. I don't know. Would you agree with that, Miracle?
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, or you could just flip through the internet and look at individual panels. I'm good at that point. I don't even read that stuff. So
I also have the Gaiman book.
Very nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
I just decided to kind of get full on into it, so that's what I've been
See, now the
doing.
problem is they didn't finish printing everything at Marvel that Eclipse had published. So you're missing some of what's out right now. It ran 24 issues.
There was all new, right?
What's that?
All new Miracle Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did the Silver Age. I think they did Golden Age, Silver Age, and Silver Age was halfway done, or like one issue in when Eclipse went under. And they actually created pages for issue 25, but they've never been produced. I mean, they've been reproducing like some fan stuff, but that's it.
What? Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's one called Apocrypha, and I kind of want to get my hands on that too. But just like Olympus, it's prohibitively
do that again.
expensive.
The Apocrypha is pretty good. The first published Neil Gaiman story is in Apocrypha number 3. Most of them are but that Apocrypha number 3 is fantastic. Another series that is very overlooked. Actually, that's not the first Gaiman one. That's the second Gaiman story, but it is a Gaiman Buckingham story. The first Gaiman story is in a book called Total Eclipse, which was a line-wide crossover for Eclipse Comics. And
I ordered that on eBay.
It's very nicely done.
All 4 of them.
It's a story that happens after issue 15, but before issue 17 came out, which is when Gaiman took over. Which, if you're familiar with Miracle Man, there's quite a bit of significance with issue 15. Basically, the entire city of London is destroyed by Kid Miracle Man. And issue 17 with Gaiman. Yeah, it's 30 years old. When
Carnosaur, Carnage, Death World, and then Total Eclipse, right?
There you go. Yep.
Of the heart.
Yep.
Turn around every now and then. Cool. Cool. Yeah. So Miracle Man, that's everyone should read that. We should do like a show about it. We should do like a specific book club just about Alan Moore Miracle Man. What do you guys think?
I fully agree.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yep.
Awesome.
Remo's like, I'll commit to it, but I'm not going to read it.
All I know is that if that last 11 minutes is any sign, I'm gonna be there.
I'll do show notes.
You will love it. You will love every second of it. You will love every second of it.
Can I show my little stack really quick?
Hell
Yes, you
yeah!
can.
Show me that little thing.
My little thing. Okay. Blow myself up. Ooh. Just kidding. Yeah.
You know
so
what
this.
the glasses are giving me? It's Professor fucking Indiana Jones. That's what it looks like.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
That's a compliment. Yeah.
Huge compliment. Thank you, Ree. Thank you, Ree.
All right.
What's going on? Yeah. So Dark Knights of Steel. I didn't love issue 2, but I did love issue 1. So I'm hanging in there. And issue number 3 here. I haven't read it yet, but I got it right here. But the main event, the thing that I'm kind of just like spent all day wanting to talk about, and I'm excited to hear everybody's thoughts and feelings. Whew. Whoa. This is like such a culmination of things, and it did not go the way that I expected.
Can we
It was
talk
a little
about
bit-
the skin thing?
Oh, okay, yeah, we can definitely talk about the skin thing.
So, like, what was it you that said in the mod chat, like, if you
Ben shared a meme.
if you rub the cape between your fingers, is that like you tickling?
So Mystique, when Mystique transforms, her clothes transform. So her clothes are part of her body. So if you tickle her cape or her clothing or whatever, will it tickle her? And then we kind of took it a step further. If she takes off her coat and hands it to you, then when she changes back to normal, her coat is going to turn into skin, which is gross. And
It's so dope.
Yeah.
And take off her coat and hand it to her. Like if somebody tried to rip her coat off, maybe it's this gruesome event that she screams in pain.
I believe in the Fox X-Men movies, when her claws get cut off by Wolverine, she does scream.
Yeah.
Is S tier good or bad?
I think it's
good.
It's tough.
I think that's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely S tier. I agree.
Yeah.
This so like
I think the arc as a whole was
Listen!
top tier. This
Listen!
issue was.
So what did you said you thought it was anticlimactic, and I'm just interested in what you kind of wanted to happen that didn't, or whatnot.
It just was like I don't know, from reading issues 1 through 3, which are like just every issue is ramping up, and the tension's building, and then it was like, this isn't the last you've seen of us. We'll settle this later. Like,
did you think it was
cool?
Did you like how Cypher just kind of like resolved the whole thing?
No.
What? Oh man, when he showed up, I was like, "Fuck yes!" Because like it had been foreshadowed that Cypher was like involved, but they kept making you forget about it by jumping to other
I
shit.
guess he just kind of, I don't know. He seemed like he was there because,
like a Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
device. I get what you're saying.
It seemed like he's there because we don't actually want to do anything. We like, I thought something big was going to happen, but it's just like, no, you're still in a holding pattern.
It was kind of like, so like the whole time I was kind of on Team Moira just because I think she has a right to obliterate anyone that's killed her in a past life. Like, I just feel that's a human's inherent right. You can obliterate anyone that tries to kill you.
But like, why did someone try to kill you? If someone tried to kill you because like you know, ran over their cat, then like they may have a legitimate reason to try and kill you.
I don't think it's up to.
I don't think
we have to assume that every person has a right to live.
As a killee though, it's not your job to unpack why someone wants you dead.
I think
it's your job to kill
is.
them. You know what I mean?
If someone wants you dead, I think you need to take a step back, son, and think about what you've done in your life to lead you to someone wanting to kill you.
Well,
but in this case, it's things.
Hold on. That statement kind of begs the timeline of it. So there's no inherent right to like, this person might kill me later in a couple of years. I need to understand why, and I need to go kill them first. If they're not actively trying to kill her right now, does she still have that inherent right?
they're killing her so in 9 lives they've killed her because of shit she might do in the future. In her 10th life, she decided I'd rather not get killed in this 10th life.
Maybe
so I'm just going to try to obliterate them from existence.
Things that are making them kill her.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like that assumes that they're right. She doesn't even know that they're right. She just knows that they've killed her 9 times. You know what I mean?
Maybe ask.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say she should just obliterate them so she can live.
And that's because like Moira doesn't consult anyone else, so why would she?
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't really make a judgment at the end of Inferno 4 either. They were just like, yeah, Mystique and Destiny, you are fucking insane, and Moira, you're kind of a bitch. So all 3 of you can get fucked.
It was like a lot of buildup, and then just kind of like, guess you'll have to keep reading, and I don't know. It felt very like I was watching a soap opera. Like, oh, cool.
Right. Yeah, I got you.
But 1 through 3 were great.
I still have to mentally unpack the 4th issue because I only read it once, and I read the other ones a few times. Mm-hmm. I was surprised by it.
Danny's correct. He's a wise man.
While I was reading, I was thinking, this is fucking cool. But then afterwards, I just, like, I'm still not 100% sure how I feel about it, but I definitely think it's worth reading because it definitely provokes thought, for sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, definitely recommend. Who else is reading this? Because this shit just got wacky. This is the Blacktop
I'm not,
Bill.
but I'd love to hear about it.
Wacky how?
This is the Blacktop Bill special. So there's 6 issues of this title, and then this is like the special. And the future, it's like the future, and some darkness has engulfed the world. And if you're in the dark too long, you become a shade, which is like some horrifying monster. And it's like a terrifying thing to be. But like this, it's basically like some people trying to survive in that. And then there's this guy, Blacktop Bill, who's like this hitman / serial killer, and he's fucking insane character. So Blurred, it was wild, but it also did not answer even like some of my questions. Like it left me wanting to know more rather than like settling anything for me. Like I still don't really know anything about Blacktop Bill. But yeah, this is definitely a title to read. I give it like a full-throated recommend. Picked this up, read it on the toilet, and it's really good. It's got some pretty good talent. It's got Charles Soule, Declan Shelby. The Soule story is fucking awesome, but it's just beautiful. It's the black, white, and red, so it's just like nice pencil work punctuated by red blood and
it's gorgeous.
Clothing. And yeah, it's gorgeous. It's a big recommend. Haven't read this yet. I'm waiting for a time when I can I feel like I'm going to need to focus extra hard on it because it's Matt Kint, but I'm super excited to read this. This came out last week.
It's an amazing cover.
Yeah, isn't it great? I just love everything he does. This is the what is it called? What's the fucking thing called? The memories, they adjust people's memories. I'm drawing a huge blank, but yeah, he also wrote Exo Manowar, and he's writing ENIAC. This cover's dope. Wastelanders Doom. I honestly I've been reading all these Wastelanders titles, and even though they're all by different creative, Mind Management. That's right, Fox. Thank you. I don't know why I drew that blank. I love that series. So yeah, I've been reading all these. They're by different creative teams, but this one I definitely had to get because of the cover.
That's not the one by Matt Kint, is it? Mind MGMT.
Yeah, that is Matt Kint.
Yeah, I've been reading that recently. It's really fucking good.
Super good, right?
Yeah. I got it on loan from Baaaaack actually.
Nice. Yeah, I really enjoy it. He does all the artwork too, and he's got like a very unique watercolory style.
Yeah, it's really, really unique. I like it a lot.
Hold on one second.
Yep.
Miracle Man, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, that Vegemite doesn't come back up nicely.
Holy shit! Did you just yak?
No, I belched a little, and it was a very small one. And
the flavor came back, huh?
The flavor came back, and for those of you who haven't had the opportunity, don't fucking do it.
I heard all this weird breathing. I'm like, is this dude beating off? What is going on? And then I saw unread private chat messages, and it's like popping over to the kitchen real quick. That Vegemite didn't burp nicely, and then I hear this.
I would be flattered if you were Jeff tubining me while I was showing off comics.
Jesus.
Those
Yeah.
Wastelanders are so good. I almost did. I won't lie.
Wow.
That's
They're
a
pretty
Hold the
good.
old tubing.
Those are some
They're pretty
good one
good.
shots.
Yeah.
So they are pretty good. I like them. And
Did
then
you get all
this-
3 of them? Is there 3 of them?
There's 4, and there's going to be a
I
5th
have-
one.
I have the other
So-
2 upstairs, but yeah.
Black Widow.
Ooh, fuck yeah!
That's
I definitely want old lady
Sorry.
Widow.
Yeah.
This is I don't love this as much as everybody else seems to, but I like it. I give it like a 6. I like it. I think it's kind of good. This I haven't read yet. I was drawn to the title, Monkey Meat. I just thought this is a thing that I have to read, so I got this. I'm basically reading every AWA thing that comes out because it's a spectacular publisher.
I grabbed that one too.
Yeah, I'm stoked to read this, and I really like the cover. It kind of made me hungry, even though there's blood on it. Like they made the food appetizing with the blood, which is pretty good.
I grabbed the
Pretty
other
good.
cover. They're
I
I think
prefer.
your- I think your mic is up, G.
I prefer to
So-
think of it as strawberry syrup myself.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it is. With a lot of iron. There's a lot of iron.
A lot of iron.
Fuck Tony Stark. You're right, Danny. You're right.
So this
Fuck
is
Tony Stark.
I'm enjoying this, even though it really is stupid, and I don't like Spawn, but I'm liking this. I don't know why.
You don't like Spawn?
No, Spawn sucks. I just read
Stop.
every Spawn
I
thing.
just bought every single one.
Spawn blows. I would never like Spawn.
It's the worst.
And then this is cool. I dig this.
You didn't get the Play Demon cover.
No, I didn't.
Ah,
Yeah. And then I think reread this as well. I think everyone's reading this. This is fan-fucking-tastic, if I do
Yeah,
say
it's
so
I'm
myself.
waiting on that one, but I'm very excited.
It's
I
good. You'll like it a lot.
Cannot wait for number 2. It's so awesome. Look at this art and look at like let me get to one of the really graphic ones. Oh yeah, here we go. Check this shit out. This is fucking awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
that's good.
It's like scary and awesome, and it's gonna be like it's just gonna get better. And it's Jeff Lemire. Can he do wrong?
Swamp Thing
Like,
is getting so much well-earned love lately.
yes,
Agreed.
it's about time. And then this is a gift. This is a gift from
Aw.
someone very very special to me. G Money is a Christmas
Oh,
present.
gee, that's so sweet.
And it's insanely good. It's like really, really good. I love
That
it,
looks really nice.
and it's beautiful on the inside. Look at that.
It's so
Look
thick.
at that. Nice.
Yeah.
Judah,
It's
you are
thick.
also beautiful on the
Right.
inside. Gee, so
That's-
are you.
Thank you.
That's what he said.
That's all I got.
Swamp Thing is so hot right now.
It's so hot.
So hot.
I'm not even a Swamp Thing fan, but I am now. Like that book, I read that, and I'm like, I need to become a massive Swamp Thing fan now.
100%.
Yeah.
Gee, do you have anything you want to show this week?
I have 3.
Go for it.
So I also got Fourth Man, but I went with this cover. Woo.
Dope.
Ooh,
Those
that's a
covers are
better.
great.
That's a better cover. I should have gotten that cover.
I love
That's
You
an
know,
those.
amazing cover.
Yeah, like I like the bloody
Flailing
Yeah,
inflating
flailing
arm
man.
man. Yeah.
right? Why is he flailing? Now we know.
Because he loves
It's-
blood.
So
No,
dude,
no.
okay. This series has been great, but like this cover in particular is fantastic.
Wow. That's
Mm.
amazing.
That is
I
amazing.
super
That's
recommend
nice.
checking that one out.
I haven't read any of it. What's it about?
It's a metaphor. It's about a future when like robots have not taken over, but like we essentially gave up.
Wow.
So now like you don't really have a career, you just pick a robot and they have a career. And like the pundits on TV are robots discussing human rights and stuff. It's
Shit.
very meta. And then this
Fourth
one
Man's good.
I had to grab just because like I gotta
Yeah.
know more. I don't know.
Originally called Night Janek, for whatever reason, when it actually got to us, it was called Instruction for Making a Proper Offering to
It's
Forgotten
because that's
God.
a way better title. I would not have bought it if it was called Night Janek, but I will buy. I would like instructions on how to make a proper offering to forgotten gods. I've been playing God of War. That seems appropriate.
Okay, before I put it back to us, tell us what your thoughts and feelings are about my favorite video game of all time.
Oh, God, I
Dude,
love
that
God
is
of
like,
War.
it's such a well-designed video game.
So
like,
good.
that's 10 out of 10. I'm not done with it yet.
Is it the new one? Is the new one
Yeah.
out with the thick Thor?
Not,
No,
it's-
no, no, no.
no,
Alright.
this is the one immediately before then.
2016.
But like, it's so user friendly and like it's just challenging enough, and like the design is beautiful and the music is amazing. It's just
Yeah.
it's a
The
really good
soundtrack
game.
is fire. It's Bear McCreary. It's such a good soundtrack. Yeah.
Anything that
Very
Bear
real.
McCreary does is worth checking out.
Are you
100%.
Valkyrie?
No, I had to go fight one, and I was not ready, so I'm doing other stuff now.
Got it.
So good.
Just wait till you get the poison gas place and try to get to that Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's that place
that
called again, the
sounds
labyrinth
hard.
thing.
Yes. Yeah.
So rad. So rad. I'm so glad you're enjoying it because it's literally, I think, my favorite game of all time.
Dude, it's amazing. That was my early Christmas present, and I'm still playing it.
It is super
Yeah.
good. Super
It's a
good.
good one.
Super,
I'm
super,
going
super
so slow intentionally because I don't want to be done.
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
If I
like
can
that.
pace it out till the next one comes out, that would be perfect.
Hey, Ree, have you played Senua's Sacrifice?
I started playing Hellblade, yeah, and I think I got to like the first fight and I sucked, and so I didn't finish it. But it was really like I was in the boat. I had the headphones on. I had all this sound design and stuff going with all the voices in different directions, and that was fucking rad. The graphics are amazing. Wasn't the first one made by like 10 people?
Yeah, so it's definitely an indie. That was something I actually forgot to tell you, G. So I know I mentioned like mental stuff, but what Reed just described, the sound design lead interviewed people with schizophrenia and audible hallucinations, and to make sure that we got a good feel for how they might hear things based on how they describe it.
Cool.
God, it's so fucking good. Anyways, that's why you brought up God of War, and I really think that you would like Senua's Sacrifice.
The sequel had a trailer at the Game Awards this year.
Yep,
You should
yep.
go watch it's just so, I'm so hyped for it. I can't
I've
wait.
seen the character design for the sequel.
She's
and
so
I'm
badass.
ready.
Yeah, for sure.
It's rad. Yeah, it's real rad.
All right, you want to do?
Can I show a weird thing that I forgot to show really quick? It'll be fast.
Oh,
What is
Fast.
it? Can you be specific?
Okay, so check this out.
Look. First of all, if one of these fucking
it's like a
things is not a
skin
fucking
thing-
dick, I'm gonna be really upset.
It's not
Alright.
a dick.
God
But
damn
check
it!
So check this out. When Jim Shooter started Valiant, it went for a while. Eventually, it just failed. Valiant went out of business, and he started another publisher called Defiant. And in his, I guess, never-ending mission to change the way we view comic books, he did another cool but very unsuccessful thing, and he came up with this. And this is Dark Dominion Zero. It comes in a binder because it's a comic book made out of trading cards that form a comic book.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
These are trading cards that make up
That's
a comic
rad.
book.
Mid
Isn't that-
'90s, so the height of the trading card craze.
He was like,
That's
people
fucking
love trading
dope.
cards, people love comics. And what's really another thing that I like, this is all the whole collection. I got it for a very easy price on eBay. It was actually kind of a steal, and I think it's because nobody wants
Fox,
this.
you're a dick.
But-
There
What
you
did
go.
Fox say?
There's your dick on the screen.
So the
Fox,
people who sent this to me,
calm down. It was actually pretty fucking stupid, you nerd.
the guy who sold this to me gave me this really nice letter with it, and it says, "Enjoy the cards. My wife collected them when she was young, and we are glad to pass them along, Michael."
Aw,
And then
thanks,
adorable.
Michael.
I promise you that dude is over 60.
I sent him a nice message back on eBay. I was like, "Hey, I got the cards all safe and sound. Thank you so much, and thanks to your wife. I'll take really good care of them." And that was the end of our interaction.
That's really
But,
lovely.
Nice,
It's
nice.
extra special to me. It really stuff like that really makes it 10 times more special to me, because now it's like this thing that I have that I'm going to take really good care of was very special to someone else, and that makes it more special to me. You know what I mean?
I love that.
So,
That's really sweet.
That's super basic. Yep.
Hey, Robo, you want to show us some shit?
All right. Here we go. So I'll try to be fast. So I did pick this up. It is because it had a hologram cover on it. It is Spider-Man number 26, written by Tom DeFalco, Ron Frenz, Mark Bagley in 1992. One of the artists was Renee Wittstager. There was a little bit of drama.
Renee
with her
Zellweger?
because, Renee Witterstater. There was actually a lot of drama in the Marvel because they wanted to use the green ink in the background. However, Renee wasn't a fan of green. So in 1993, they would chose to go with red. Almost brought the entire industry down. Tom DeFalco would go on to civil court to sue. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
It's like, what is he doing?
I was wondering how long you were going to go for.
I know. Ree was like, I know Ree got it. Sorry, I don't know that much about this book, but the fucking cover's fucking cool.
I feel seen. I just want to let you know I feel seen.
Was that good? Was that you?
That was good. You did a good job.
Oh, dude, I forgot about that gold.
Geez,
Amazing.
That's an outstanding cover.
That fucking
You only
cover,
have
man.
time for one
Yeah.
event this year. Do Darkhold. It's
Dark
so like self-contained. Each one is deeply disturbing, and you will think about it for like the next week.
Yep.
That was such a good event.
Wastelander's Doom. I
Fuck yeah.
wanted to cover. Somebody had no, it was on Discord. On the Discord, somebody shared another Wastelander's Doom. Was that you?
Is that a Ross cover?
No.
Okay, yeah, I have the black and white. Yeah, I have this cover right here.
Yeah, I went looking for that one actually. I couldn't find it, so I got this one. All right. I also got this. Yep, that one's pretty good. Yep.
You should read that one. That's a good one.
Pretty good.
Is that a Hughes cover on that Electra?
Son of Kal-El.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
definitely
nice.
huge. You can tell by the way the thing.
No, that's not a Hughes.
Yeah. And what? Oh, I just picked up something. What the fuck? What? Oh, okay. There you go.
Not a back fan.
Yep. This is a Hughes cover. Wolverine number 9. I did pick up this one.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So I was happy.
I met that man. I met that doctor. Did I tell you that?
He's not real. He's not
But-
real.
Not real. Jesus.
Get help.
Jesus.
Okay?
Touch grass.
Hey, is he in the room with you right now?
He could be. He travels through both time and space.
That's
Robo.
right.
True. I also picked up this one we
Sick.
talked about earlier, so I'm gonna be reading that one.
You
I'm
still have
in
not
this-
read it? Like, you're breaking my heart over here, man.
Like
Miracle
reading
Man?
or
No, I
like
meant for the 4th time through.
Good. All right.
So I don't know what's going on with me lately. And not even on purpose. Just Norse mythology keeps coming into my life. Whether it's Odin's Eye, also got those. Those are on my nightstand because I actually read those. And I love that. And then we're watching Vikings because my wife saw it and she wanted to freaking watch it. And I'm like, man, the Norse fucking mythology is so dope. And now I am I've decided to finally I'm behind.
Oh.
But I finally
Ooh,
decided
nice.
to go start picking up Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology.
I like horse mythology.
Yeah, horse mythology is pretty good.
Horse mythology.
Ivermectin.
Yeah.
Look,
Good
here's the deal. I'm gonna tell everybody the truth about what's going on with me. I need everybody to understand this. I've realized
someone.
this, by the way. I killed somebody. No, sorry. No, I buy books because I love collecting them, and I think I like the art more. So like I see something and I have this book and I love the way they look and stuff like that. The comic books I read are the comic books that I really fucking like. I would say a lot of the stuff I pick up that has good art. It doesn't grab me, so then I don't feel like I don't feel obligated to have to read everything I buy, which is a lot of it.
Dude, what if
but
you printed out covers?
This is
We
a
should
really
print
long
out
way to
covers.
say you're a book collector.
Yeah.
Why? I started off with that. So that was.
Oh, okay. I thought that's where we were going, and I was like,
No. I Quentin Tarantino did. I started at the point, and then I kept going.
you should, if you have
Which is
Prime,
a lot
and I
less
feel like
brave.
you probably do. You should watch The Booksellers. It's a documentary about booksellers and collectors. And yeah, there's a bunch of people that just like they really don't read most of the stuff they collect, but like they know there's a thing. Like I get the tingle when I see a thing like, and I have to have it.
Yeah.
What does the tingle
but
feel
it's
like?
also, but I think it's
It
also a
feels
little
like
bit
there's gonna be money leaving my bank account.
like
soon.
like when you climb
like
the rope
someone
in gym
rubbing
class.
Vegemite on your butthole.
Find
So just
out
a
what that's
typical
like
day
later
in
tonight.
Australia.
It's that cold feeling you get when you check your bank account and you have a negative balance. It's like that.
Eesh. I also think a little bit of FOMO.
Oh yeah.
Because there's so much of catching up to that I'm like, I gotta have that. And then so
Dude,
there's
when
always this intention to do it, just like schoolwork. And you're like, I'll get to that until you get enough. So good thing there's no grade on reading comic books. You mean you favor
You know
art
what?
as a visual medium?
The thing is, like, what if you want to read it someday? Like, it's nice
gonna
to
be
have
it.
it on the
Yeah.
shelf, or like a kid or a relative or a friend is like, oh, and you're like, oh, let me go grab that from my library. No, it's so having a library and like actually reading it's two different goals,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
both equally valid.
And
If you have the money, you should build a library.
And the point, to your point, I'm definitely going to get the Thor omnibus because I'm reading through it. I started at 1980, and I'm reading through it, and I actually fucking love it. I was a little annoyed by the old Middle English stuff at first because I'm just I haven't read like that since I was 11 because of those books. But now I'm reading through it, and I just love the story. When I get the omnibus, I'm not opening. I'm not gonna sit there and fucking go through this giant Bible. I want it.
Yep.
But I'm still gonna read it on my fucking Marvel app.
I love that you're reading through all of Thor. By the way, I love it.
It's fucking so dope.
It rounds us all out better. Like it adds like another like a Thor spurt to the whole
Yeah.
to the whole thing.
Yeah. Hey, fun
So-
fact: his hammer used to let him time travel.
Oh, nice.
What?
That's handy.
I didn't know that.
What?
And I read the issue where he lost that power. And I'm like, oh, cool.
Time travel is the last power anybody needs. Like once you have time travel, the whole world's fixed.
I
and you
think
don't
it was
have to do
pretty
shit.
obvious that they realized that they needed him to use it. So it was like a really stupid Deus Ex Machina. But then also like, how are we gonna like? He's gonna be able to undo everything always. So then they like, this time it's gonna take so much that it's gonna drain it, and I'll never be able to use it again.
You know, scientists have actually found that time is linked to the turn of the Earth, and that if you spin around the Earth fast enough to turn it backwards, you
go back in
actually
time.
unwind time.
That's right.
All right,
That's
all right.
With
Superman.
no consequence.
Yeah, no consequences.
But how do you do that if the Earth is flat?
It
Right?
spins like a disc.
Like a
You
disc.
spin
Oh,
it
it's
like a
like a
disc.
discus.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
pulse dump.
Like a turntable.
The Earth is a giant record.
That sounds like that's going to be the name of my next album. The Earth is a giant record.
I like
Nice.
that. I like that. I listen
Just
to that.
started Jane Thor, and I'm loving it.
Is that the
Spoilers!
Aaron?
Oh my god!
Is that the Aaron run?
Okay, like I
Yeah.
was gonna read that, but now that I know that Fox Behind Me
Yeah.
loves it, I'm not gonna
fuck.
bother.
So I definitely
Wow.
read the Jason Aaron run. I definitely read it, and I was actually upset. I remember talking to Judah about this. I was
Good.
upset getting to the splash at the end
Because it was a woman.
because
Women ruining everything.
and it's a name, not a title. It's fucking Thor Odinson. No. I was actually, but actually, I was mad. I was like, almost like, can you imagine how fucking cool it would have been to be getting this weekly or monthly and not know and just have guesses and be able to turn the page and get that? I'm like, man, that must have been cool.
You just went full chud there for like half a second. You went full
Yeah, dude.
chud, and you should never go full chud, Robo.
Never go
You should
full
never
chud.
go full.
Yikes.
No,
Oh,
Here's my question for the panel. And there's absolutely no prep because it just came out of my head just now. So if you don't have an answer, it's okay. What are you most excited for this year, release-wise?
Immortal X-Men for sure.
Like media wise?
Anything, yeah.
Comic-wise,
Movies, TV, comics, anything.
I'm excited for Better Call Saul to come back.
Cute.
I've really been missing that show.
Ooh, the Ozarks was announced canceled, but it's not, and they're gonna have a new season. The Ozarks is fucking awesome, and they're gonna
Yeah,
have a new
that's dope.
season.
Ms.
Yeah, that's
Marvel.
Is that the Jason
Yeah.
Bateman TV show
Yeah.
on Netflix, Ozarks.
From Missouri. Yeah.
You see, I watched the first episode, and like, there's a couple of moments you get where you're like, oh yeah, that's Jason Bateman. Oh yeah, that's funny right there. Like when he's taking the money out and he's talking to the bank guy and the FBI. That's really good. And then after that, I was like, this is dark as shit. Oh my
It's
god,
dark. Look,
they're gonna
if
eat
you
one of
like,
the kids next. Like, god damn.
if you like watching a TV show in which you feel like you've held your breath the entire episode, every episode, then
Yeah.
Ozark's for you. Yeah.
I'll have to try it again. I watched the first 2 episodes and it just didn't grab me, but everybody seems to love it, so I think I'm gonna try it. Like, it might be like Breaking Bad, because the first like 3 Breaking Bads are hard to get through, and then all of a sudden, like all of a sudden you're like, fuck, you know.
Just don't watch it wearing those glasses, because if it filters out blue light, you won't be able to see shit if you're watching Ozarks. That thing is blue as shit.
It's dark as shit.
It's a good show, but it's very blue.
I was hoping you wouldn't bring up the blue light in front of me.
Question: the Batman. We should review that when it comes out, right? But like, what is everyone's hopes, expectations, dreams for that shit?
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
I think it's just going to be a really cool ass movie.
Yeah.
One thing
I'm
that kind of
interested in this take. I think it's a really. I don't like Batman, but I'm like, this looks really good. Like, this is a Batman I could be interested in. The Nolan trilogy never got me interested. I don't know.
Yeah. What? Really? Wow.
I'm probably most excited for Flash, but only because of Michael Keaton coming back.
Interesting.
that is
Yeah.
cool.
When you say too blue, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't.
And then for the Batman movie, this is Earth 2 Batman. So they can be quite a bit different with this Batman than they're going to be with, main DCU Batman. He's certainly much more of a detective supposedly in this one than in other iterations, which will be very interesting to see.
Is it Court of Owls, this one, or is that just a rumor?
I think that's just a rumor, because
that would be so amazing.
Penguin is his main villain. This is a year 2 story, I believe.
Oh, okay. Right.
So Penguin is his main villain, and he basically just looks like a jerk. Like, he doesn't even look like
Batman Year 2.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but it's just the place. It's not, the Reaper's not there. It's just the place.
Okay. Because that was terrible.
I thought it was okay.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't great. It wasn't Batman Year 1, but but yeah. So they're going to be able to do a lot more things with it. I think that's really exciting. But out of all of those movies, shows, everything, The Flash has definitely got to be the most exciting one. I mean, we're going to get Supergirl for the first time in a live action since Helen Slater played her in 1984 in a movie that was primarily made of reused footage from the first 2 Superman movies. So I'm very excited to see that. We're getting Flash. We're going to get multiple versions of the Flash. We're going to get multiple versions of Batman. They're really going to embrace the multiverse, and this is the first DC movie to do that. And they've got a great pantheon of characters to do it with.
Do you ever feel like they deconstruct, like, not just movies, but comics and shows and like pretty much every medium? Do you ever feel like they overly try to deconstruct Batman? I feel like he's the most deconstructed superhero to the point where, like,
100%. Like,
you almost have to deconstruct him, and it's annoying because I just want to sometimes just enjoy a Batman thing.
The other thing too that I find frustrating is, like, there are so many other characters that we have never seen that are so interesting, and instead we just get. I know why. I know why we get Batman over and over. It's because we keep buying Batman over and over.
Right.
But like, it's just like
we would also buy other stuff.
100%. Like,
well, it's ever since like Alan Moore and Frank Miller really kind of like brought Batman into this, like, oh, he's not just a superhero; he's an interesting superhero that needs to be deconstructed because he's complex. And like, those are cool things.
West.
I'm not knocking those things because they were fun and cool and interesting, but it's like at this point, he's not that complex that you need to constantly break down what makes Batman Batman. Okay, we get it. Now show him like going after a cool villain. Like,
he is not 80 years complex.
Right.
Wonder Woman is 80 years complex. Batman, no.
There's so many characters that could be deconstructed in depth that would be kind of interesting. It's just enough of the Batman stuff.
To be fair,
there probably isn't any character that's 80 years complicated to deconstruct. But stop doing the same one. You know what I mean? Like, let's get the other ones.
To be fair, just as sorry, go ahead, G.
No, it wasn't that intelligent. Go.
To be fair, just just as he
I don't
said,
believe you.
the character, the reason we, just as we said, the reason we keep getting Batman is people keep buying Batman. They've tried with some of these other characters, and they just don't get the traction. They don't get the interest from them. You know,
It's not
and
just everyone's buying Batman, specifically Danny. Danny.
right,
Danny's
Danny's
buying
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 all
too
the
much
Batman.
Batman.
But I mean,
Danny,
you know,
yeah.
I was going through previews the other day, and if you open up a previews magazine from DC Comics, if you don't see 12 titles
Dude,
every
I
month
just before
Batman.
coming on this stream was going through the previews from Marvel and from DC, and Marvel's is twice the size, and it
Yeah.
wasn't even that exciting. It's all projects we know about, but there was Moon Knight, there was a little bit of Avengers, there was Venom, there was a little bit of everything, and you go
Right.
through DC's, which is half the size, and it's just
Batman. Oh, a Superman book. Batman.
Yep.
Batman. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But that's listen. This the most common thing I hear on Twitter is, "Oh God, DC, will you stop doing Batman? I got to buy 19 books this month." Well, why are you buying 19 books of
Right.
Batman if you're tired of Batman?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not even-
and I'm sure this has nothing to do with the quality of DC characters.
It definitely is.
Shots
There
fucking
are-
fired.
No, there are some great DC characters. It's
Wow.
just that they are criminally underdeveloped to the point
That's
that
exactly right.
I'm gonna drive down
90%
the
of the
coast
readership
doing
wouldn't
shit.
know them.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not,
about to
I'm
get
not sick
shit.
of like I'm not coming from this like an I'm sick of Batman thing. Like I like Batman. I'm cool with Batman. I'm down with more Batman. Just like I feel like there was like remember when we talked to Fabian Nicieza and he was talking about like the history of comics and how there was like what he called like a fake maturation that occurred in like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
I didn't 100% agree with him on that because I did think there was some legit maturation that the media
And
might
then he
have
made fun of us for wearing T-shirts.
He made fun of us for wearing T-shirts, yeah, and Robo hates him for the rest of his life. Just kidding. LOL, JK. But
I do not.
he was when he was talking about the fake maturation. One thing that kind of resonated with me is like it's superheroes. There's like a bazillion genres out there, and this genre is superheroes. So you don't have to. I get that superheroes are still the biggest genre in American comic books, but the solution to that is not to take all the things you want to see in all the other genres and cram it into Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
let Batman be Batman, and let's maybe just read other shit for like a deep character study into like a brooding person. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, we say
you know
all
what
this though, but here's the actual like, and all joking aside, we say all this, but there are people who put out surveys that do the freaking. All they want to do is make money. The idea that anybody's going to put out a movie like what's going to come out with Pattinson and just make it a grim dude and there's a killer on the loose or something, right? Because of the world we live in now, and money is tighter, capitalism is continuing to fail, and it's like, I gotta be smart with my money. They know that I could make $20 million with a badass movie like Seven, or I can make $2 billion with Batman.
Right.
And I mean, every kid that's 8 now is going to be 16 in 8 years. That's how math works. And that 16-year-old is going to want a Batman movie. And then he's going to turn 32 and he wants a Batman movie that speaks to him. And we're going to be sitting here at fucking 60-something years old going, how many are they going to make? Well, stop having babies, I guess. There's no way they're gonna ever stop wanting $1 billion movie.
yeah, that's true.
That sucks. That sucks about capitalism and art.
Well, what I'm excited for is She-Hulk and Blade.
There you go, G. Got him, G.
But I thought capitalism encouraged innovation.
Innovation, yeah.
Oh,
Is that not
Got
that
him.
not true?
they innovate until they make money, and then they just keep churning out the same schlock year
That's
after
right.
year after
That's
year
right.
after year.
Yeah. But what about this vaccine? Well, how much money can we make from it? Not to say that vaccines don't work. They do work, but they're still driven by money. Go. Ree, you're muted.
Ree, actually, you mentioned 2 projects
You
that
said your movie, your favorite movie.
I'm excited
Yeah, I
for
said-
too,
I
but we
said
didn't talk about them.
She-Ra and what?
She-Hulk and what was the other one I said? I
She-Ra.
just forgot. No, She-Hulk.
She-Hulk and Blade.
There is an amazing
Blade.
slate of Marvel
Blade.
shit coming up. We just have to wait a
Yeah.
little bit because
Yeah.
it's what
I'm
Ms.
also-
Marvel is next.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
also really hyped for the next
Strange.
Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Doctor Strange, yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Ree-
No Way Home said they Kevin Feige.
Ree, what's gonna happen in Doctor Strange? Do you think?
can I use the end of Spider-Man spoilers as
Yes.
a prediction?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's been long enough.
Enough time
Yeah.
has passed for sure.
I think he might die.
I mean, if the comics are any indication.
Yeah, because we saw the version of him.
And he's not the Sorcerer Supreme.
He's not the Sorcerer Supreme.
Right.
Wong's now
And
the Sorcerer
Benedict
Supreme.
Cumberbatch costs a lot.
Right.
Yeah, he does cost a lot. He might die. He might
Do
die.
you think we're only going to get 2 Benedict Cumberbatch Doctor Strange movies, though?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Wow.
I don't think anybody's doing anything but a trilogy.
Okay.
Wow.
Everybody who gets films, I think, is banging out a trilogy. I think that's just the way they've got him set up. Maybe he dies in the third one. Maybe the third one is showing what happened to him after he dies in the second one. But we're going to get 3 movies with Benedict
always have a
Cumberbatch.
ghost
A tried and
story.
true indicator is how many films he signed up for, which is public information. I don't know how many films he signed up for, but if he only has one
Let's see
film
what we
left
can
in his
find out.
contract,
Yeah,
if he
but
only has
Downey only signed up for 10 and he did like 14 or
Well,
something,
yes,
whatever
it
he
can-
signed up for.
it can be above
So,
what you sign up for.
Do you
But it is
think we have any chance of seeing Robert Downey Jr. back in Ironheart?
As a
No.
hologram, I think
Dead.
so.
maybe
Because
the
he's
No.
her AI.
He said he would do stuff. He just wouldn't be Iron Man anymore.
interesting.
So I have a
And
feeling
he
we're going to
does
see
say he can pull strings at MIT, and MIT is the school where Riri goes to in the comics.
Mm.
Oh,
Right.
that's
So
super
she
sad.
could be set up with his AI already.
Yeah.
Oh.
You could be right.
I don't know.
Here's a heartbreaker. I found a. Damn, that chucks me up more than I thought it would. CBR.com. How many films do the MCU stars have left on their contracts? And I'm scrolling down, and there's a section on Chadwick Boseman. All right, let's see if there's anything about Benedict Cumberbatch. Well, Cumberbatch
Way to
is
bring
never
the show
born.
right down.
Forever, by the way.
right down to
I-
the basement there, Robo. Way to go.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
To
I
kinda
was sad
add a-
and yet to be. On this article, while Cumberbatch has never officially commented on his contract, ... So I don't know if it's public knowledge if it's been released.
That's convenient.
That article's from 2018.
Here's my argument. Sam Raimi is a major director, who's made a lot of money with comic book movies in particular. He took over from someone on this project, right?
Yeah.
He took over to direct. I feel like that's a major event to take over for. If you're a director of that caliber, I'm just saying, like, I'm looking forward to it. If he doesn't die, I'm not going to be disappointed, but I could see something monumental like that occurring.
Bruce Campbell, the next Doctor Strange.
I think we're
Stick.
more likely to see
Hail to the
like
Strange, baby.
an intro of characters than an exit of characters right now.
Right. I
But
agree.
that's maybe me just being optimistic.
and then
my-
phase out the older ones.
My
Yeah.
theory about Miles is people are speculating that he's going to show up in the next movie. I think that and this is just like the capitalist view on it. I think they're going to save Miles for when Tom Holland is ready to leave,
Bingo.
so that they can so that they can bring in Miles and keep it going, keep it rolling, keep making Spider-Man movies.
yeah,
I don't
no,
see them. Yeah,
I think the actor to play Miles probably has maybe just been born.
I was about to say. No, not
Did you
literally.
see-
Yeah.
Have we talked about already? Did you see the article headline where Tom Holland was like, "Yeah, I think I'm ready to go start a family," because he's like
Yeah.
26 or whatever now. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's like talking about not doing it anymore. And all of us, I think, were in the last stream that we had last year. We were talking about, oh, finally we'll get an adult Spider-Man, and we won't have to go through the whole teenage thing
Spider-Man.
I mean,
again.
we're definitely gonna get I think a darker Spider-Man at some point.
Mm.
With there's the Venom tease, so like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's coming.
Mhm. We had an interesting conversation on Discord about the magical rules governing this fucking Doctor Strange spell, and man, the more
This was
it's-
also like the entire drive home from seeing it again last night.
you guys know what I'm gonna do right now. Boop. Like that's kind of where we're at with that. Just boop. Because the more you think about it, the sillier it is.
Right.
100%.
And it's for me a frustration because I want more. I want more now.
Well,
There's no more
yeah.
now.
A lot of this stuff, and I'm not gonna do the thing where it's like, oh, there's flying dragons, but you have a problem with this, because I do like continuity and I do like there to be the things to try to make some
Well,
level
there
of
is
sense
stuff
within the
they're gonna
rules.
have to deal with.
Yeah,
Like-
but here's the thing: I don't actually have a problem with the memories thing. I don't think it's that because I talked about it with a buddy. I talked about somebody at work, and I seem to be kind of alone in this thought process because we're talking about a spell that literally like alters like reality. All of reality, and
It's like a Thanos snap
rips.
kinda?
Yeah, like there's
Right.
rips in interdimensional, all this stuff, and I'm like, the idea of me snapping my fingers and saying cars don't exist, like, yeah, but what happens to all the car factories? They're gone. Everyone's riding horses. No tires have been invented. Like everything is gone because reality's changed. So if this is a reality changing spell, and no one knows Peter Parker, every single thing, whether it's a videotape, whether it's Star-Lord out in space on his own ship, in all of reality, because if this can affect other universes, clearly wherever Star-Lord is in our universe is going to be affected because it affected the entire universe. It's gone. It's gone. And I'm okay with just leaving it at that. I don't know.
Did all of us already point out, like, why didn't he just ask for Mysterio to be forgotten? That would have literally solved everything.
Right.
I don't feel bad, Fox. It's been enough time.
Yeah.
They would have known who he was. They just
COVID
wouldn't
is
have
worth
known
it.
why they knew.
Stop having kids and go to the theater. So.
Yeah.
But if
Right,
they,
yeah.
but Mysterio was the one that told everyone, so they forgot about Mysterio. Would they not forget about Peter Parker?
That would be the way the spell worked. Yeah.
Ew.
They would,
I don't know.
yeah. They would
Yeah,
forget
yes.
everything only related to like the
And
stuff
this is
around
why, like, you
Peter
have to
can still
just
exist.
robo and let it go, or whoever said that. Yeah, you have to just like raise it up to
Yeah.
Jesus and be like,
Yeah.
just give me what's next, Daddy Feige.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, I mean, still, what I said applies. If you're right, Ree, he's the one who told everybody. If everybody forgets he existed, then he never told everybody, and everything that associates with him after that point is done. And you're right, that would have been a lot easier.
Just thinking. I don't know. Just asking questions here.
Look,
Just asking
Peter's
questions.
still a kid. Give him a break. Doctor Strange, though, he's kind of a wise dude, all philosophy.
He is
Buddha-y,
not
and-
wise.
He
not
is
arrogant.
reckless
He's
as
not-
shit.
Yeah.
He's reckless and arrogant
But
and
still-
shitty.
I feel
Like
he should have
Wong
at
is
least.
wise.
Question: if I stabbed myself in the side of the head with a statue of Peter Parker and Spider-Man, and a sentence above that statue saying Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and I died, would I come back to life after that spell? Because you would have to get rid
No.
of that statue from
No,
existing.
because what the statue says, inconsequential, a hard object ruptured your brain hole. Yeah. Now, I think a better question is if you took a brand that said Peter Parker, Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and branded you with a burn, and then the spell goes. In my explanation of reality altering, that burn would now disappear.
Or it would just be
Where-
shaped like something else.
Where
Maybe.
it really falls apart is the whole he's gone. He's gone. Where it really falls apart is the whole people coming back to life because of the Peter Parker shit. Because like these are characters that have died in their other realities but are now like back alive in this reality. Like how does that make
time
any
stream? Time stream. Yeah, so there is a time stream in their
Yep.
reality where they die and that time stream keeps going.
So
They
we
get-
100% need a Amazing Spider-Man 3 that covers after he comes back, right?
That's how Jesus was born. Mary had sex with a time-displaced Peter Parker, and then after the spell, she forgot. So it was an immaculate conception in her mind because
Nice.
I
she
don't
lost
think
all
the issue
memories.
with Jesus's birth was that she forgot who the father was.
And that's why she thought it was God.
We gotta have placed memories on that one.
I can't remember how I got pregnant. It must have been God.
it was a toilet seat, I
Yes.
swear.
That's not 100% how I think it went down, but I think you're on the right track.
Miracle
look-
Man, what'd you miss? What do you miss?
Judah pulled his dick out finally.
We solved
that's
Christianity.
Finally.
We did, yeah.
We solved it. You guys solved it. Way to go. Way to go, team.
Well, it was mostly
Thanks.
Judah, actually.
Wow. That's so many implications with that statement.
Hey, I got a quick question for you. I got a quick question for y'all. I forgot to show this, but I needed it answered. So
Might have been a bad idea.
I finally got this back. Literally, what is it? April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 9 months. Took 9 months to get this back.
Wow.
Yeah, sounds about right.
9.8, nice.
Okay.
Is it as satisfying as when you had a child?
Way more than that. This will make me money, and my children have. Just kidding.
Any idiot can make a kid. Not everybody owns a 9.8.
Which is literally a fact. Which is literally a fact. But I have a question. Has anybody sent stuff to get slabbed before?
I'm only ever gonna do in person.
Yeah, I have.
You have. Okay.
Yeah.
So I paid $100 and some odd, right?
Okay.
Right? You pay, you send it in.
Right.
And these motherfuckers, I gave my book back after 9 months, and I got a bill for 41 more. What the fuck is that about? What is that?
I would just stiff them and
Why?
I'm like, yeah, it says total amount due 41, but I'm like, I already paid you. That's why you sent me the.
I would reply back with "eat my dick." That's essentially. I would
once
write
you
that
have it in your
there.
hand, you never have to give them any more money.
Right. What are they going to do? Come and break your legs and take that book
That's
back?
actually a fee for getting it back to you so quickly.
There's collection agencies, but yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, fuck
I mean,
it.
let them send it to a collection agency and say, "Prove I owe you any money." I mean, what are you going to do?
This is a trip.
What
though.
you can
I'm just
do-
trying to figure out what happened.
If you want to protect against collection agencies, you can pay them in escrow. So they basically, now it's up to them to prove that you owe it to them. You are no longer up for collection because you have paid the money just in escrow.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you have to set that up?
Huh?
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know.
I guess it really depends how much you want to annoy someone else.
Yeah.
Right.
What you do is you pay a lawyer $500 to do all the paperwork to set up an escrow. So you can put $41 in there and not have to pay.
It's the principle, okay?
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, if I was
Spite
wealthy, I would 100% do that.
Yeah.
I'd rather spend the $500 to tell a collection agency to eat my ass than I would to spend them $41. I won't lie.
You can't put a price on spite. There's nothing.
There's nothing. Yeah,
Spite
nothing like
is
it.
priceless.
Yep.
You can just go to
Agreed.
Twitter for that. It's
Right.
fine.
True.
Hey,
All right,
so,
should we wrap this up?
So check this out. Yeah, we
no.
are at the end. We are done talking about stuff. However, before you leave, YouTube doesn't have a thing where we raid, but I would like to do a nice gesture. I'll put a link to in the chat below, and we all just go over there for like 5 minutes. Click this link. It's Dane doing his Friday night deal. Go in there and we just spam I freaking love comics like over and over again until he gets like really annoyed. And we'll just do that. I freaking love comics. Ladies and gentlemen.
That's a really
MVs.
kind thing to do.
Yeah, like ruin his show. That's what friends do. Ladies and gentlemen and envies, that is the end of our show. Thank you so much. Stick around for the link that I'll put in the chat, and we'll do our little manual raid. Don't forget, we are now on 9 p.m. Eastern every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We just got done with the interview with the cool cat. We'll post it out. Andre Fertino, writing storytellers. We're gonna keep doing interviews and all that. It's gonna be great.
By the way, watch that one. If you haven't heard of his name, really interesting person. He was like, I have to leave to go do a ghost tour, which I've been doing for 17 years. I used to be a location scout for, was it Ghost Hunters that he said?
Mm-hmm.
And he talks a little bit about that in the interview. So if you want to check it out, there's some interesting stuff in that interview that we did not anticipate talking about.
I saw a spooky ghost and the ectoplasm.
Hell yeah. Hey, there's your link. Everybody head over there and start spamming I freaking love comics and you love Dane. We are out of here.
What's up, friendly neighborhood nerds? If you want to hear interviews from industry pros, get first looks, and have access to endless comic content, wake up. Please wake up. You're in a coma. Your mother misses you.